Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Presley from Live a Little.
And KB from Morning Buzz.
And, well, you're also
Live a little now.
Also Live a Little now.
Yeah, I'm getting used to that.
Yeah. Here we are, back with episode 10 on Spotify and 11 on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've been looking forward to this all week, actually.
Yeah, I think we both have.
Yeah.
Speaking of, like, looking forward to shit, we've booked out every single episode for the rest of 2022.
Yeah, when you texted me about that, I was like, damn, Presley's been planning already. Jeez.
Yeah, we got a lot of guests.
Do you want to tell everybody who they are? And
I think, yeah, we'll alternate. So first, coming out, pull the dates are right here.
Yeah.
On the 30th of November, so this one comes out the 15th. The 30th of November, we have Harrison, your buddy from Morning Buzz.
Yeah.
He is the rhythm guitarist. Is that what you said?
He's like rhythm and lead. Raph and him kind of like switch out back and forth. But yeah, he does guitar and then vocalist.
Yeah. Okay. So he'll be on the 30th. That'll be a fun conversation. He has been on the channel before. You can go back and watch the Morning Buzz pod.
Then we have Alton on the 14th
of December.
Yeah. If y'all don't know who Alton is, Alton's a good buddy that me and Presley had from back in middle school. Who we haven't seen in a fat minute, just because he's moved to so many different places, some of them really far away, and then he actually started his own like little country band recently, so he's also been pretty busy kind of getting that started and going.
He's engaged, right?
Yeah, he just got engaged like, I think it was like 6 months ago.
Yeah, he's on my plane of doing things really quick, really young.
Yeah. Not me, dude. I'm not ready for that.
We'll get into it. And then last podcast of 2022, which is crazy that we only had 6 weeks until the end of 2022, or 8 weeks, whatever we're at.
It honestly flew by. Like, everyone's been like, oh, it's kind of been slow for me, dude. No, it is flown by.
It feels like it was a week ago that I found out that I was having a kid. Yeah. That was 9 months ago.
Honestly, yeah, I remember you telling me, and I was like, oh my god, dude, it does feel like it was like not that long ago.
You came over here. We went to the studio.
Yeah, and you were like, "Hey, I have something to tell you," and I was like, "Oh, he's probably got something new going on." And they're like, "I'm having a kid." And I was like, oh, "What?" Like, out of anybody in our friend group, I would not have expected it to be Presley.
That was 7 months ago.
Yeah, Jesus.
And then we got sidetracked, but the last part of the year is going to be Raph and Isaac, also part of Morning Buzz.
Yeah. Bassist and vocalist, and then the other guitarist and vocalist. They all kind of sing.
Yeah. But yeah, we booked it out.
Except for New Year's.
That's the last. We have one that we'll record New Year's Eve. Yeah. But it won't come out till 2023. So we are booked out for 2022. Sick. Every single episode for 2022 is booked, which is huge. I mean, having a guest, I think it'll be a lot of entertaining conversations.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially with the people that we have booked.
A lot to look forward to, because a lot of them can really like get deeper into certain subjects and like actually talk on stuff. So it's going to be fun. Yeah,
it's a little harder for us to sit down and talk just because I think it would be easier, like me and you, if it wasn't just 2 weeks ago. Like, let's say we couldn't get a guest for New Year's Eve. Yeah. And then we came back, but we had so much happened in that 6 week period that we could sit down and talk about anything. Yeah. It's hard to do back to back for sure.
Yeah, cause we're going in like 2 week, or I guess like a week and a half, 2 week increments. So it's like in that time span, at least for right now, nothing like dramatic has happened. And I'm going to bring up the next part that we're going to talk about.
Which I will say before we get into the rest of the pod, the first one with you on, the new setup and everything, got received pretty well. Yeah. On both platforms. It wasn't great, but the retention was really good.
What do you mean by retention?
The average view duration.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's watched, I think, so YouTube has a really weird system. It did a lot better on Spotify than it did on YouTube, or the regular podcasting than it did on YouTube, but they have a system, and it's kind of screwed up, but it basically ranks your videos based on where they're at and how long they've been out. Yeah. And I think our pod is up to 3 out of 10. So out of my last 10 videos, it's ranked number 3.
Dang.
So And obviously it can still go up or down. It's just based on how long it's been out.
Yeah.
But in the first 3 days to this point, 4 days, however long it's been out, it's ranked number 3. So I mean, and everybody that's talked to me about it loves the setup.
Yeah.
Thinks it sounds so much better, which I think we totally realize and agree.
Yeah.
Came out really, really well.
I mean, I got a lot of good feedback on it too. I had a couple people watch it and then tell me, and they were like, "Dang, like I didn't think there was like an actual podcast, but it's like an actual podcast."
Yeah.
So
Expensive podcast.
Yeah, even the little upgrades that you got, I had to say little, but they're not little. Like,
no, not at all.
It changes literally everything to where, and that's the thing that I realized is like when you like start taking it and like investing in it like seriously, people start to respect it so much more.
Yeah, I mean, how long did it take for y'all to get respected in y'all's industry?
It wasn't even really our industry. It was more of just like
around the town,
our environment.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro, it's insane. Like we live in a fairly small city. Like it's a lot of people would see the population and be like, yeah, it's pretty big. But like, you know, everybody kind of knows everybody in some way, shape, or form. And the fact that, you know, you still talk to people for around and they're like, Kolton's in a band.
Yeah.
Like y'all been a thing. Y'all been around for what, since 2019?
Yeah, almost 3 years, 4 years.
3.
No, 3. Yeah, it'll be almost 2 years.
It was exactly. Did we just pass the 3-year mark or the 2-year mark for y'all's first live concert?
We passed the first 3 years for the first concert ever, but that was with Matt and Skylar. So like Morning Buzz, as in like Isaac,
the core 4,
the core 4 is like only been a band for almost 2 years now.
Telling you gotta let me on, spit a verse.
Yeah, do it. Pete Presley's SoundCloud music. If you want to hear some interesting stuff.
Don't talk about that.
No, dude, that's great.
I know we don't have it in the right order, but actually, it kind of just leads into it.
Yeah.
Y'all shot a music video on Wednesday.
We did. Yeah.
I actually, before we get into it, I want to tell the story. Let's see. That was Tuesday. So Tuesday I was sick, and I was just laying around all day, and I was like, man, I'm tired of this. Like, I need to get up and do something. And you haven't even been over to the apartment since all this got redone.
Yeah, no.
But the way it's set up, we lost my roommate moved out, and he had a lot of stuff like the TV stand, something as little as a TV stand. You don't think about it.
Yeah.
TV was on the floor for like a week and a half, and I was like, I need to go get this. I need to go get a TV stand because I can't look down, even though it really wasn't that bad.
Yeah. It's
like I can't look down anymore. I want it to look presentable, you know. A lot of people are going to be coming over with the kid and everything. I like everything to be clean and set up. So we're walking through Lowe's because I saw that they had some in stock. Turns out it was online. It was all bullshit. That was frustrating, but we don't have to talk about that. But walking through Lowe's, and I look up, and I see somebody waving at me, and I like kind of squint my eyes. I'm blind. And I'm like, that's Kolton. So just walking through Lowe's on a random, it was what, like 9:30 at night?
Yeah, almost 10 o'clock.
And y'all are just cranking out at Lowe's, buying all this stuff for last second for y'all's music video. How did everything turn out?
It actually turned out really good. So we were buying a bunch of stuff because while so I was only in 2 scenes for the music video that we were finishing up in that portion of the music video. And so while they were shooting the rest of the scenes in the storyline, I had to build, do you know what a light, it's like a giant light mirror. So what it is it's like you take, you make a giant square, you hang like a black felt or something reflective on it. So we use trash bags, and it pretty much creates a giant square spotlight over you. And so we had to go and buy stuff to build that. But of course, knowing Morning Buzz, we waited till literally the night before to build it. So we had to run in and get all that stuff. But yeah, I was really surprised when I saw you. And when you said you were looking for TV stands, I was like, why Lowe's? Why out of anywhere?
Because the thing was just we were looking for, I mean, Home Depot and Lowe's had it for really, really cheap. It just turned out that they were all online. Like, you had to order it off or online in order to get.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I figured they'd have it in store, and I was like, cheaper, the better. But we went with the one we have. It looks fine, so not tripping on it.
But yeah, the music video ended up being, we were only supposed to be there for 8 hours. We were supposed to get there at 8:45, 9 o'clock.
A.M.
A.M. And we were supposed to leave at 6 p.m. But we shot in Blanco over by like Dallas and Grapevine area. And the studio manager was coming in to like shoot BTS for us. And And she was like, hey, like, no one else has booked it out. So, like, if y'all want to stay and make sure, like, everything's, like, perfected, like, y'all can stay, like, as long as you need, blah, blah, blah. So we ended up staying 13 hours filming the rest of the scenes that we needed to.
Bro, that's how y'all always do stuff, though. Like, I know y'all meet, is it 2 or 3 times a week? It's every Tuesday and Sunday, right?
No, so it's Tuesday. It's usually Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Right now, since we literally have so much going on trying to get all this content that we have filmed out, on top of finishing up our new deluxe album that's going to be coming out in hopefully before the end of the year or right after the end of the year.
But knowing y'all, it'll be next March.
Yeah. So we've just got so much going on that, like, we've been taking Thursdays as just like a media day, and kind of like Tuesday we practice, Thursday we'll kind of just stay at home. We can practice by ourselves, do any like editing that we need to do, everything like that. Sometimes we'll meet up at my place and just do it there. And then Sundays we're either back to practicing or trying to like cook something up to release again.
So
3 times a week.
Yeah. Okay. So y'all usually, when you go to the studio, right, you'll plan it out for what, like 2 hours? Because y'all end up being there till like 2 a.m. last night.
So it's supposed to be like, if we get in, bust our shit out to where like we're confident in the set, like if we have a show coming up, then we can dip. Then
I can tell you the first time I ever went to the studio with y'all, you were like, oh, you should come to the studio. You know, I was like, usually I'm busy, but this one time, the first time ever, I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So let's go. You're like, yeah, we'll get there at 8 and we should be home by about 10:30. I was like, bet. So I didn't really think about it. I had to be up early in the morning because I was moving back to college.
Yeah.
And I don't think we left until 1 a.m.
No, we definitely didn't. But yeah, it's supposed to be 2 to 3 hours. But most of the time we get sidetracked. We start doing something else. Like we have to set up and that takes forever and then tear down. So usually we don't leave until like 1, 2 o'clock. And then on Sundays, dude, oh my God, Raph and Isaac, we'll practice and they'll stay at the studio until like 4 or 5 in the morning, just doing a shit ton of stuff, which is mad respect because even with the music video, they spent so much money on the music video, like out of pocket, just because like out of anybody in the band, they care about like really pushing not just the music and like getting the money from it. They care more about like the art side of it and showing people that
presentation.
Like, yeah, showing people that like we actually care about the art aspect and getting like that, like I guess emotion from the songs that we're doing into their minds so they can picture.
They want to feel. They want you to feel the music through visual representation too. Yeah.
And I think with all the filming that we did, because Isaac and Raph actually directed the new music video coming out, I really do think people are going to really like it. They have it all planned out so well. It turned out absolutely phenomenal.
Bro, all y'all's music videos look like they're straight off of like a high dollar director shit. Like, dude, obviously the I Hate All Your Friends one was great.
Yeah. And
y'all worked with a company for that. Mm-hmm. But then the Burning one.
Yeah.
I think that's the best. Y'all only have the 2, right?
So as of right now, yes. Which shout out to both of those people, the Honey and Aiden Miles Green film production.
He killed that, dude. Even the credits was like with the
tickets.
Right? That was so creative. Like, it was so smart.
We give him shit just because like we're close with Miles. But in all reality, you did a phenomenal job. He killed it. But we got so lucky, like knowing the people that we do, because we won a contest for the Honey music video.
And y'all weren't even close to the biggest.
No. So like they did like a Fort Worth, Dallas competition between like a bunch of local artists. Some of them had like 50 to 100,000 monthly listeners. It was like a voting poll thing where you had to like vote in these rounds.
On Instagram.
Yeah. And I remember like texting literally 200 people in my Snapchat, hey, please go vote for us. It would mean the world.
You texted me like 10 times.
Yeah.
And I'd already been stealing people's phones. We talked about this actually on the podcast we did with the rest of the group. But like y'all were pushing it stupid hard and it paid off.
Yeah, I mean, everybody came out so like well for helping and like all the support because we cleared it until the last one. The last one was really tough. It was only by like 1 or 2%, I think. But then after we won that one,
but she was like way bigger than y'all, right?
Yeah.
Like monthly listeners wise, she had
almost like 100K monthly listeners.
Yeah, and y'all were sitting at the time at what, like a
300.
Yeah,
like 300-400.
What are y'all at now?
Like I think we've been steadily at 48 to 5,000 monthly listeners.
I remember whenever y'all dropped, I want to say Burning.
Yeah, it's skyrocketed.
That was before the New Skies album, right?
Yes.
Okay, so y'all dropped Burning. Y'all shot up to like 3,800.
Yeah.
There for a bit, and then y'all like steadily dropped back down to 2,000, and then right whenever y'all dropped the album into y'all's tour,
Yeah.
y'all popped for a second. Like y'all got up to, did y'all get all the way up to 7?
It was almost at 7, yeah. But we started like right now. We have like so there's this thing called like what's it called? It's like Martin or something like that. It's like a Spotify algorithm thing. But pretty much like if you get 50,000 monthly listeners consistency, or 50,000 listens monthly consistently, you can like put in a song and Spotify will push that algorithm for you. And so for the last like 2 or 3 months, we've been steadily getting like 50,000 over all of our songs combined. So we've been able to get into that. And
bro, there was that crazy stat that I gave y'all forever ago.
Yeah.
Like y'all were already in the 4 percentile.
Yeah. Because only like...
Or the 96 percentile, I guess you go up there, for having 1,000 monthly listeners, and now y'all are up to 4, which is like, doesn't, obviously you're like, oh, music, you know, everybody has Spotify and shit, but I mean, like, that's just Spotify, and y'all have gone on one single tour, and you hit every location in 2 weeks, and I don't know, you can tell me to cut this out if you want, but it definitely didn't go the way y'all wanted it to.
No,
like,
definitely didn't.
Y'all, I think if y'all had more time to plan one out, like really plan one out, like 4 or 5 days in between shows, like really travel. Yeah. I think y'all would crush it.
Yeah, because it was honestly, it sucked. Before I get to that, and then we also got lucky because Aiden Miles Green, the other one for the Burning music video, came to us after, I can't remember which show it was. It might have, no, it wasn't the news. It was some show. He came and he listened to us, and he came up to our manager after the show and was like, hey, like, I love these guys. Like, I see so much potential in these guys. Like, I would love to shoot them a music video. So we thought about it for about probably almost a month, and they were like, you know what, fuck it, let's do it. I think it'll be fun. And I mean, he went ham on it. Like, we figured out all the locations, everything we were going to shoot. He had the vision for it, and it turned out great.
Bro, everything was perfect. Yeah. And, like, the visual satisfaction, I guess the word, like,
it just looks professional as fuck.
Yeah, it literally looked like there were some really cool shots where it's just kind of focused in on Harry's head and like everything going on in the background, but right in the center of the screen is Harry's head. Yeah. And y'all just had some random shit go. Y'all did a lot of random shit in that video. We really did. But it was great. It just was perfect. Y'all crushed the music video, and I'm obviously everybody's expecting y'all to crush this one too.
So this one I'll give you a little teaser.
Should we play the little
No,
clip?
no,
we could. We could do that.
I would get in so much trouble. But so this one actually has like a storyline, and it's based off of like a movie from like the 70s or 80s. And so like if you've ever watched like any of our explanations of like why Isaac and Raph wrote New Skies, it's about like just like being in like a dark depressive state in yourself, and then like knowing that something's gonna like bring you up and be happy again, blah, blah, blah. And so it pretty much goes on a storyline of like going from being so depressive in this depressive state, and then it all just changes because New Skies will wake you up, blah, blah, blah. And they fucking killed it, dude. Like, they dropped a bag.
Can I just like point out the fact that y'all's last, like, I don't know, I'd say half the album, Burning and On. Yeah. So Burning, half the album, and then the other, I think y'all have only released one song since then. Yeah. They've all been kind of depressing. I don't want to talk about this much because this is a big question for Isaac and Raph. I have. Yeah. But like, let me go out on a limb because I know you know the numbers. Y'all stalk the numbers like crazy because y'all are like me. With the Autumn song. Yeah. I'm guessing that's been one of y'all's worst performing songs.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
It's just because of the style. I don't think it's a bad song. Yeah. It's just the style doesn't match what y'all have done. No. At all. Like, it's slower. Y'all that was the only slow song I've ever done.
And so, like, with Autumn song, Isaac was really timid to release it, but going back on what I said a second ago, the reason he did release it is because he wrote that about somebody going through a really, really hard time, and just wanted to show people that, like, even though we look like sometimes, like, this sounds conceited, like rock stars, like we're doing all this stuff, like having a good time, like partying it up at shows, like even though like we're doing all these things, we still experience that hurt and that depression, and
You'll
like,
still take the same toll as every other human.
yeah, exactly. And so he wanted to like put that out there to show people, like, even if it's not like it doesn't do really, really well or not our super best song, like he just wanted to show people that like we still feel it and we're still here if you need something. So yeah, that's, even if it didn't do bad, it was more, or even if it didn't do good, it's more of like an art aspect that they wanted to release it. But you haven't heard any of the demos or anything for the deluxe album, but for the deluxe album, it's a lot different too. Like, it's still us. It's still got all of our crazy sounds. Like, they're really good.
Is it the B-side on the tape?
There's some of them on the B-side. But it's, I can't explain it. I don't know how to explain it, but they'll do well, I hope. I'm excited. There's like 8 songs that we're releasing. Couple new ones, couple ones that aren't, but
there's a lot of big things coming.
Yeah,
Lots of big things coming for a lot of us.
and a lot of little things. So if y'all don't know, Presley when the next podcast,
can I just point out what a fucking smooth transition?
Thanks,
This guy,
man. Thanks, man.
fucking guy.
Becoming a natural. I'm kidding. Yeah, but if y'all don't know, Presley next week will be having. It's next week, right? Or is it?
It depends how do you want to reference it. We, like me and you, it's this week. We'll be in the hospital on Friday.
So next time we film, Presley will have had his baby.
Yes. There you go.
Yeah.
You nailed that.
So, tell me how you're feeling along those lines of that subject.
It's crazy. It's different. Everybody has told me, I was thinking about how I wanted to put this. Everybody's told me that the actual birth is something like you'll never experience. Like, the next closest thing is a wedding, which, most people are married by the time they have a kid. Obviously not my situation, but they say, like, you get the sensation when you're getting married and you say, I do, right?
Yeah.
Well, then that's the closest thing you'll ever feel to the birth of your child.
Yeah.
And it's still not even close. But I think that the whole experience leading up to it has definitely been a different, like, it's definitely a feeling you never felt. Like, obviously I played sports.
Yeah.
Like, I've talked to some fairly big names, like, and I get like that rock, that dude, like, they don't even have to be that big of a name, but if it's somebody, like, I'll get nervous and I'll like get that rock in my stomach. You know what I mean? Like that nervousness. So similar to what I assume you feel like going on stage.
Yeah.
Like there's just this, and it will never go away.
Yeah.
Like,
Is that kind of how you feel about having the kid?
It's that, but 10 times worse.
Is it more along the lines of
I try not to think about it.
Yeah.
Like legitimately, like, dude, I'm going to take you back. All right. So we found out she was pregnant back in late March or early April.
Yeah. I still remember when you told me. It felt like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gone by so quick. Which everybody also tells you that, like, the kid itself, like, growing up, it goes by quick too. Like, cherish the moments and stuff. And I've tried to cherish a lot of the moments. I haven't talked about it much, like, online. I don't know. I have any problem with talking about it. It's just I haven't done much online.
Well, you held off on telling people for like a long time too.
It was a family thing.
Yeah.
I don't really want to get like too far into that.
Yeah.
But like, so we found out late March, early April, and I'm at work.
Yeah.
And at the time, we were very, very short staffed, so I was kind of being relied on to do a lot of, cooler work. If you don't know, I work at a gas station. I don't talk about what gas station, but like I work at a gas station, and I was being relied to do a lot of stuff on my own.
Yeah.
I literally couldn't work without a headphone in.
Yeah.
Because it was like, if I was alone, my thoughts were don't want to say dark, but they were pretty dark.
I mean, that's scary finding out, especially like, even though people say like it's better to have kids like nowadays at a young age, like that is so scary. Even if you have like the support that you have, the people behind your back that you have to like help and be like I said, supportive, like that, it's still scary. Like,
oh no, like it's just, it was more of just like the whole thought of it. And then, let's say July, I think maybe the gender reveal party.
yeah,
I think that might have been when I like kind of grasped everything.
yeah,
I was like, okay, I'll be fine. But then you also have like, you still have like the dark thoughts, whatever, like the fear and the nervousness. And then since then, nothing. Like literally just preparing. Haven't really had time to feel any emotions about it. And then I'd say probably about the time we recorded our last podcast, or maybe even the baby shower, I kind of like, this is coming. Like, we know the day, which I don't know, because obviously I haven't experienced the other way,
Yeah.
like not knowing when it's coming. But I want to say that knowing the day is, because you can take it either way. It's like knowing the day is either more stressful because you're like, here it is, like I'm officially 4 days away or 5 days away from being in a hospital,
yeah,
and like waiting for this stuff to happen. Or you could say, like, this is the approach I've taken, but it's like, I'm 5 days away from being in the hospital waiting on my kid to be born, and I know that.
Yeah.
There's no surprise, water broke, like, it's this day. There's a couple things to worry about, but it's under control.
yeah,
That's the way I've chosen to look at it. Rather than, like I said, being at work at, I'm trying to go to manager. I've been waiting to go to manager for a while now.
yeah,
So I want to work overnights, a lot of overnights.
Yeah.
And like being at work at 2 a.m, worrying about it constantly would be miserable.
I know I say it a lot, but like, I never expected you to be the one to like have a kid first in our friend group. But I really honestly do think out of everybody who like is in our friend group, I think you're the most prepared and matured enough to have the kid. Like, you work your ass off. Like, you're always worried about being able to provide anyways. So I know you're going to provide. So I don't think you have any stress about that. Like, I mean, I know you have stress,
The stress
about
is
it.
there. Trust me. The stress is
I'm
there.
saying, like, I don't think you have to, like, after it happens, I think you'll understand how much support you really have. And then I also think, like, 6 months from after having the kid, you're going to be like, damn, like, I'm really doing this. Like, you're really putting what it takes. Like, you're staying around. Most people nowadays wouldn't stay around.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
First off, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Second off, I think to put myself in like the best state of mind for the whole thing, financially has obviously been stressful as hell.
Yeah.
I think everybody knows having a kid is stressful as hell financially, not just everything else going on, but like the money is obviously, like, she has to take 2 months off work, and I kind of just took a step back. I'm like, I have a family that, one, like, I'm not going to leak anything, but I work a lot of hours, so I make quite a bit of money. Like,
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'll be fine on my own. But even with her down, I still have people around me that if I really needed it would step in and help me financially. Not very many people have that.
Yeah.
I'm lucky in that way. So you take that. 2, I am 20 years old. I'm 6 months or 7 months now away from, or I guess just under 8 months away from, being 21, like full on adult. You're already there, obviously, but like in retrospect, I'm not 16. And I think the dark thoughts originally came from that mindset. Like, everybody's going to be disappointed in me. I'm just letting everybody down constantly, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But then, even my grandparents, who are like strict, like they expect a lot out of me. They were even pretty accepting of it.
Yeah.
And it was almost like, I'm not 16. Like, at the very least, I already have my high school diploma. I'm a step away from my associates.
Yeah.
And then once you're there, you're like a hop away from your bachelor's. And then you're like, well, I'm done with college and I'm ready to actually start my career.
Yeah.
Which hopefully I don't need all that, and we can just make the money here.
Yeah.
That's the hope.
So speaking of the baby and the baby shower, we got some pretty exciting gifts.
Yeah,
I honestly really wanted to wait until on the podcast to give them to you.
Yeah, you mentioned that at the shower.
I was so excited about them. I was like, I have to give it to you now.
I think everybody was really excited about it.
Yeah.
Like I think we made the right choice opening it in front of everybody because I think everybody was pretty excited about it. First off, we're gonna name drop the Shaqs. I'm gonna hold them up to this camera, so it'll be an awkward angle. But
if you don't know, Presley loves shoes, so he's got to match his little boy.
Yeah, I can go pull out the Jordans, but I'm not going to. I'm walking too far to that hallway over there. So they've been right there the whole episode. I don't know if you can see it on that camera, but next.
I'll hang them over here when you're done, so you don't have to try to get them back on there and struggle.
It is horrible. Now let's see if I can get them off. I thought I had it for a second. Got one.
Slide it up.
Slide it up?
Yeah. And then pull it out, because there's a bigger...
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I just had to turn around. That would have made it so much easier if I would have just done it the first time. All right. So, first, we got a Morning Buzz logo.
Gotta support, man.
Represent the brand up in this... Not going to say that word.
Not Bihach.
All right. Honestly, what's better than, like, let's monetize the damn kid, right?
Yeah.
You got to monetize the kid.
Yeah. Get
Obviously, a cute-ass kid wearing a Morning Buzz shirt or a Live a Little shirt.
Yeah.
What?
Everybody's going to love it.
Yeah.
And it's a conversation starter, because they're going to be like, oh, what's Live a Little? And you're like, my podcast.
Bro, my hat, my Live a Little hat.
Yeah.
So, like, I'll wear it to the golf course or something, and like, what the hell's that cowboy? Like, One, I can't really explain it because it has nothing to do with my channel.
So it's not just like a self-conceited thing that I'm making the shirts to say Morning Buzz. Me and Presley always joke about, like, getting him
Morning Buzz
merch.
I asked for this stuff day one. Well, do we want to talk about one of the first things? First off, this says Morning Buzz Littlest Fan. If you can't read it, I think you should be able to.
Did you show him the Live a Little?
No, we'll hit that next. But I want to first say, you want to talk about what you said that you were going to get for him?
Oh, the earmuffs things?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to get him like these soundproof ear things. That way Presley doesn't have an excuse not to come to the show just because of the baby. He can just put in the little earmuffs and then still come.
And he's going to get them with the Morning Buzz logos on the side. It's going to be fire.
Definitely right.
He's going to go on stage.
Yep. He's going to just sit in my lap while I play the drums, just one-handed. I did it with a puppy the other day. It was adorable as hell.
And last but not least, to welcome himself to the Live a Little family, Kolton provided a Live a Little t-shirt or long sleeve shirt,
a onesie.
Once he comes on the pod, bro, he'll be rocking
honestly,
the hell out of this shit.
He probably won't be this big for like a couple months at least.
I'm gonna ask, how did you cut all that out?
So it's a cricket. You know what a cricket is?
No, but I'm saying, like, how did you?
Like all these?
Yeah, like, how'd you cut that out of the picture?
Shout out to my madre, my lovely, wonderful mom.
How did you get the picture? That's what I'm really lost about.
I literally just screenshotted it, and because I had talked about my mom doing this for like months because she loves to do it, and like she knew it was important to me. So she was like, "Yeah, if you go buy the stuff, send me what you want on it. Like I'll help you make it." So I had to screenshot it off of your website.
Website. You took it off the website. Yeah, that's why y'all made the lasso. Okay.
Yeah. So I literally just screenshotted it and then uploaded it onto her computer, put it in her little portfolio thing, printed it out, and then literally had to sit there and she had to like poke out every little individual hole that's on there. So like mad props to my mom. You're wonderful for doing that.
Thank you, Tina.
Yeah, literally. So it saved me time. I'm kidding. No. So I really appreciated it, but I know she put some work into it, but she was super, super excited. Super, super excited for you to get it.
We definitely appreciated it too.
Yeah. I liked showing it. I liked showing everybody up at the party.
Oh yeah, we definitely did.
Yeah.
Y'all are in competition. I think it's between those shirts and the OU one that I got.
Oh yeah. Who got you that?
One of my mom's friends got
really?
me. It says OU on the front, and it has horns down on the butt.
Yeah.
Because Texas is shit.
Shit. So speaking of the baby shower, it was really funny because when you were there and your mom was kicking us all out because you were watching football, you know, like because you had placed.
Yeah, we almost fought over that.
Really?
Yeah, like I was actually mad about it.
Presley tries to say he does not have a gambling problem, but
Listen,
coming firsthand, he has a gambling problem.
Listen.
How much money?
Shout out Prize Picks, sponsor us, please.
Please, yes. How much money did you make on there the other day?
Last night?
Yeah.
Okay. First off, we can talk about this because I'm pissed.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty bad.
Okay, so I had a very rough Saturday gambling.
Yeah.
It all started really good, and then it just fall off the. I'm not gonna say gambling. It's fantasy sports, Prize Picks. We're thinking about doing a segment on me and Jameson's show.
Yeah.
About it. I'm gonna leave a link on YouTube. Go hit that. Sign up. You get 100% deposit match up to $100 on your first one. Using my link. But anyways, I had a rough Saturday with it.
Yeah.
I bet my games.
Yeah.
11 a.m. slate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Starting Friday. Friday was horrible. I mean, like, one of the guys we had in golf choked. So I mean, I won a little bit of money there, but not much. It was like
so
$5.
It's not just football. It's like every sport.
You can do any sport.
Really?
Any sport.
When I came over and you were doing like the football, I thought it was just football.
It's any sport. You can do. I bet on Jake Paul, bro. I bet on Jake Paul's punches landed. Damn. I wasn't fat on that. That was a clean play.
I wish I actually would have downloaded it because I don't know if you know the Astros just won the World Series. You know. I know you said. I know. You know you did send it. I just didn't download it.
I know. You got to do it.
But like Astros, if anybody doesn't know, or like I lived in Houston for 4 years, so I got to go to a ton of their games. They're my favorite team, even though they got caught cheating. Blah blah blah.
Baseball's the hardest to do because you cannot predict baseball.
And that's very true. But no matter what, I still would have bet on the Astros, 100%.
Well, you see, that's the thing about Prize Picks. You're not betting on the game.
You're betting on like what happens.
What
in the game.
happens in the game,
Yeah.
which makes it so much harder. Like I could throw down money on any. I mean, if sports gambling was legal in Texas, I will go to the grave saying that like just betting money line, which is just like not the spread. I could bet money line in like football, especially college football, and I would win so much money.
Yeah.
Like a ridiculous amount of money.
But back to what we were starting with. How much did you actually win? Because I
that's
know
what,
it was quite a bit.
I got fucked on Friday, and then we go into Saturday, and Saturday is my favorite day. I'm off. I get to sit down, and from 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. the next morning, I'm watching football, and I'm throwing the little bets down. But like, I just like watching football. I fucking love college football. I got hoed in the 11 a.m. game, and I swear I will never bet on an OSU ever again. Oregon State, Oklahoma State, Ohio State, they all suck my dick because Jesus Christ, they fuck me over every time. The TCU fucked me over too. But then we move into the 2:30 games. My team's playing. I drilled my team.
Yeah.
Like everybody got there, great, and they still sucked and lost those two. So I was down. I'm not going to say numbers here, but I was down pretty bad. Well, then the 6 o'clock, 6:30 games. Yeah. So the two games I bet on were Alabama, LSU, and Texas versus whoever the hell, K-State.
Yeah.
And I drilled every single prop that I bet on.
Yeah.
Except one.
And you lost it by 1 yard?
I needed the receiver to get 49 and over 49 and a half yards, so I needed him to get 50. He ended the game with 49.
Damn.
But I still won. I still won one. I had two, and I won all of one and 4 out of 5 on the other one, so I still won quite a bit of money. Then we go into today. This is the biggest horse shit. We go into today. I bet a little lower today because I won quite a bit yesterday, and I'm like on the low for a second. Yeah. Like before we start getting the big numbers again. So I put like a $10 bet down this morning, lost that one. Well, with the 12 a.m. games, I bet one, and it was just Chicago versus Miami because I think a lot of those players on those teams are slept on. So I was like, bet. I'm going to win some money. Yeah. I needed 3 of my guys hit. Yeah. I needed one guy to go over 43 and a half yards. So he needed 44 yards. Yeah. He ended the game with 43.
Motherfucker. So that happened twice. Not once,
twice in 2 days.
Jeez.
Not even 24 hours. Yeah. I mean, it was probably like 12 hours, like dead ass. From end of one game to end of the other, it was like 16 hours apart. Yeah. Damn. I was hurt. Yeah. I was butt hurt. Last night I was a lot more butt hurt because This one, I didn't win any money back, but it was just a $10 bet.
Yeah.
Last night, it was a $35 bet.
Yeah.
If I would have won, it would have been $350.
Damn.
But instead, I got 70 because it just doubles your money if you only get 4 out of 5 right. But I was 1 yard away from going from 70 to 350.
Fuck, that's a big difference.
It hurt.
Yeah.
It really did hurt.
Yeah.
That was probably one of my most painful experiences betting.
I mean, it's still a good day. You still won money, so that's all that matters.
For sure. I'm down a little bit of money today, but
I'm down a lot. So if you don't know, I started doing day trading with one of my buddies. He started teaching me how to day trade. And I was at work, got into a stock, and I had to go up to the front to help someone check out, and I left my phone, and by the time I got back, I couldn't sell it, and it just crashed. And so I'm down, quite a bit. But
I sold all my stocks.
Really?
Sold all of them.
Damn. I'm still down in a lot of them.
But that was
up
so my original plan was obviously to save for 5 years that we talked about it, but I actually sold out of them only because the kid thing, and I want to feel financially stable, especially after spending all the money that I spent.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at. Not a big deal.
No.
I made some money. I made like $50.
Investments are good, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Which, I'm trying to do the same. So I completely understand it.
I just need, dude, it's so funny. I need sleep. I need to fix my sleep schedule a little better. And then I'm like, why do I need to fix my sleep schedule? Because I'm about to have a kid.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to get any sleep anyways.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck it. I'll be staying up till 1 a.m, have to be up at 5, but
You're going to get woke up at the most random times, but it's part of it. So you'll get used to it. Did it turn off again?
No, I have to turn it off and then turn it back on.
Why?
Because, okay, these cameras are so weird. I can't really explain to y'all. Okay, so if y'all watched last week, we'll talk about last week's episode a little bit.
Yeah.
But if y'all watched last week, the last 30 minutes was just the camera, this camera pointing at you.
Yeah.
So to make sure I fixed it, I got to set a remote so I can start and stop it every 20 minutes or so, and that way it resets. Everything's fine. We still have that camera no matter what, and I don't have to get up and walk over there.
Doesn't go into does it go into a rest mode, or does it just shut off?
It shuts off after 30 minutes. Most cameras have a recording time limit. This one doesn't, obviously.
Yeah.
You can't tell. It does. It's actually 13 hours, but obviously I'm not recording anything for 13 hours. I just wish I should have just splurged, because this is one step above that one, and I should have just splurged and got the other one. But, so yeah, I've been working on getting used to the equipment. Obviously, this is pretty self-explanatory. This thing's fucking amazing.
Yeah. I got a lot.
Quality is great.
I got a lot of good feedback from people who watched the podcast over the quality and the marketing you did.
So I was saying with you, numbers wise, it wasn't my best.
Yeah.
Which is not a big deal. I'm not concerning myself with numbers like I told you. I just want to be consistent with good quality, and we're doing that right now.
Yeah.
So whatever quality we can better every episode, great. The first one, like I said, the first one with me and you, didn't do the best numbers, whatever. So we move on to the next.
Yeah.
I think we killed everything.
Yeah.
I don't think there was, aside from the camera, nothing really went wrong with the pod. The conversation was great.
Yeah.
If you haven't already, go back and listen to that one just so you can understand what's going on a little more.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is the last one with me and you for a while, like we discussed earlier. And I think once we start having guests on, we are gonna whether I pay attention to the numbers or not, I think we are gonna pop off a little bit.
I do too, especially with the people we have coming on. There's gonna be a lot of subjects that they're gonna be able to talk very deeply on.
Lots of fucking clips for TikTok.
Yeah, and by that time that the last people come on, Isaac and Raph, the music video should be out. For New Skies, so we should be able to question them and pick their brain on what made them go that route and everything.
Yo, going back to that, I meant to ask you a second ago.
Yeah.
So is this a repeat director, or is this an altogether new director?
No. So actually, Isaac and Raph are directing it
completely by themselves.
Yeah. So like I said,
y'all just got a cameraman.
Yeah, we got one of the guys we were close with, Baby Abe's. We got him to come and film it. He's a great photographer. or video.
Should have got me to come film it, bro.
You can come do BTS next time.
Bro, just like, I've told y'all, just slide me like $50. I'll do fucking anything for y'all.
Bet. But yeah, he so Isaac and Raph kind of stepped in and were like, we're gonna direct this, and they did great with it. They had the whole thing planned out. Like it's gonna be awesome.
They're just two creative minds, man. That's not. Me and you talked about it. We obviously haven't talked about it on you here because nothing's been finalized up until now. I split it up for a reason. Like I split up the way we're doing it for a reason. I think on his own, Harrison will be a very good very good at making conversation with us, bouncing back and forth.
100%.
I think, on the other hand, Raph and Isaac together are just...
It's going to be hysterical.
One, it's the funniest combo you can make in this group.
Yeah.
Two, they can still hold conversations to where you understand what's going on. Questions that are asked are still answered every single time. But Isaac is better at holding conversations than Raph is. And instead of having all three separated, I thought it would be more entertaining to have Isaac and Raph on together while having Harrison separated, which I hope you don't feel left out, Harrison, because I just think you're like...
He's going to be chilling by himself.
Yeah, I think he'd be chilling by himself. That was my whole point.
The reason why I'm excited we're bringing like Isaac and Raph on is like, it's so weird because they have like the same mind and they just like bounce off of each other in like different aspects. And so like, even with the music video, like if Raph has a thought and Isaac has a thought like separately, they'll do good on it.
You know what we should do for that episode?
Yeah.
We should have a roast off.
Yeah.
Where me, Raph, and Isaac
just come roast the fuck out of me.
No. Come up with one single... Like, we're not allowed to roast you the whole podcast except one time.
Yeah.
We all write down a roast for just specifically tailored for you.
Yeah.
We all hammer you with it one time around, and then we put up a poll to see who had the best roast.
Yeah. I think it'd be funny because I know if y'all didn't do that, y'all would clown my ass the whole time. So, yeah, I'm down for that. But yeah, man, it's gonna be really cool having them on together.
We'll set something up. We'll just target Isaac the whole time.
Yeah, please.
We'll target Isaac this time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be cool. I'm so excited, man. Everything's honestly moving so fast with everything. Like,
yeah, no, we reiterated it a million times last time we met, but I'm so excited for what we got going on over here. Obviously, I think me and you as a combination.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say anything about it. This is like, it's the only time I've ever like stopped the podcast and decided we need to rerun it.
Yeah.
We sat down for 3 minutes?
Yeah.
And then hop back up, and we've been in flow for 50 minutes now.
Yeah, and the last one was just a struggle. And I don't think it's a struggle of like us communicating. I really think it was a struggle of like, I kind of got here late.
I don't want to say focus, but it was a lack of organization.
Yeah.
That's
preparation.
Yeah. Which, I mean... We knew what we wanted to talk about, and in retrospect, we've talked about all the same stuff that we talked about the first time. It's just now we're talking about it more in depth and more organized. We're not just bouncing, because we bounced around a lot the first time.
Definitely. But, I mean, that's the first time doing it, learning stuff like that. So, I mean,
I also dropped the neon sign down. I haven't said anything about that, but the neon sign's next to you now.
Yeah, because it used to be like way up here, right?
Yeah, it wasn't in the view, and it pissed me off. So now it's down there. And last time there was pumpkins there, and now there's a lizard tank there. And I think we're just going to put something new there, like behind you.
Yeah.
Every time we meet. We'll just put something random on that counter.
See who notices every time.
Every single time.
Yeah, I think that'd be funny.
What would be even more hilarious is if we go through, whenever we have to, if we ever take a piss break or something and then come back and sit down, switch that out. Switch it out.
That way when it cuts back,
change halfway through the episode.
Yeah. And people are like, what the fuck? That wasn't there before.
Just that's how you know people are paying attention.
Yeah. Little mind teaser.
What else we got?
I finally pulled the plug, and
we haven't even talked about this yet, man. We're 50 minutes of this episode. We got to this in 3 minutes last time.
Yeah,
so
we
let's
did.
hammer it through.
Yeah, man.
50 minutes. Last Sunday, I was having the baby shower. You text me, you're like, "Hey, I'm gonna be a little late."
Yeah.
Okay, you live 5 minutes away. I don't understand. And then you're like, you call me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What's up?" And you go, "Guess what?" I go, "What?" You're like, "I got the trailer."
Yeah.
So you're already in the last episode, you said 6 months.
Yeah, which
was the goal.
Yeah.
And now we're looking at what, a month and a half?
Yeah, with the way it's going. So, like you said, I bought the trailer, got it home, had yesterday, or I had, today's, I keep forgetting today's Sunday.
So if it doesn't feel like Sunday.
It does not. So I had Friday and
By the way, we're supposed to record on Saturdays. We've yet to record on a Saturday.
Yeah, I know. And it's mostly my fault every time.
But it's only a day or two late.
Yeah.
And we record so early.
And you produce it so fast, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, I got the trailer. I got it back. And I had Friday and Saturday off. So I was like, you know what? I really want to like see how much I can get done. I'm going to push everything else to the side and just focus on this straight for like the next 2 days. So I did. And like I showed you the before and after pictures, I completely gutted out the trailer, cleaned it completely out, pulled out all the electrical components that were so old they don't work. I did the flooring in the trailer. I put brand new flooring in it.
It looks sick too.
The
flooring is a perfect color.
Thank you. Yeah, so I'm actually gonna wet sand it and put a clear coat over it. That way it stays that color. But I finished the back 2 entrance doors to the trailer just with the same finishing wood. I completely got it primed and sanded. Cut out everything I needed to cut out. So like the bar window, the middle divider stall because it's a horse trailer. Got all that completely cut out. So now all I literally have to do is put up the inside wood on the 2 left and right wall. Connect the hanger on the outside of where the drop down bar is going to be. And then I can prime the outside and get it painted. And then after that, it's just a little stuff like the lights, the neon sign, everything like that that's going to finish it up. So in all honesty, I think that I will probably have this thing done in latest 2 months to 2.5 months.
If you're confused about what he's talking about, y'all aren't doing your job. You didn't watch the last episode. But basically, he's starting a mobile bar. If you don't know what a mobile bar is, you basically take a horse trailer or some sort of I'm
trailer,
sure you could do a vehicle,
truck,
something like that. It's basically a food truck for alcohol, except he's only working private events such as weddings, baby showers, parties, like social gatherings, whatever.
Yeah.
All private. And he's been super into this business. I think it's up to you.
Yeah.
But I think we can talk about financials in it a little bit, what you've dumped into it. Because I'm I haven't really talked about the financials of this and what I've dumped into this. But, you're already, how deep are you in already?
Money wise?
Yeah, just with the trailer and
the supplies and everything.
I'm not going to count the actual bar supplies because Austin bought most of this for you, right? A lot of it.
Oh, the mixing stuff?
The glasses, the mixing and stuff.
No, so he bought the mixing setup for me because I changed his brakes, but which I'm super appreciative for because that stuff was expensive. But I am going to have to buy new ones for the bar just because I don't want to use my at-home ones for the trailer because they're not, they don't match and I want everything to be
Okay, so then let's just go basically what you bought in the last week. You bought the trailer at how much?
$1,500.
You bought the flooring?
Probably around $200-300.
Okay, so you're already. We'll split the difference.
Yeah,
you're at $1,750.
I'm good at finding things on, like I said, Facebook Marketplace to use. I'm good at finding financially smarter or better ways to go about
deals.
Yeah,
some deals.
So the guy wanted $2,000 for the trailer. Talked him down to $1,500. The flooring, my mom had it for my dad's church, so I just got it from her.
The fact that you haven't considered a career in car salesman, negotiations, blown my mind.
I don't know, man. I've bought so many cars, it makes sense. But then the paint, the primer, what else did I buy? I bought some tools that I needed, some I don't.
Not to mention the fact in the last podcast we talked about it.
Yeah.
We talked about it being you and a friend. Now it's just you.
At the moment, yes.
Don't worry, guys. I tried to get in on it. He won't let me.
It's me and a buddy talked about it a while back, getting into doing something. And we talked about a lot of different ideas. But he started a new job, and then he got a second job. And he's also in the Marines, so he's going back and forth. And we always talked about how if you really want to do something, and you get passionate about
You
it.
got to put your all into it.
Like you got to put your all into it, but like also like we were saying how like we were so tired of people like saying they were going to do something and then just not going through with it, you know? And so like I like got to the point to where I was like I want to do this like now. Like I want to do it now. Like I don't want to wait for another year, because if I wait for a year, it's not going to happen. Like this, who knows, this thing could blow up and change the rest of my life. Like,
that's how everything was. It was like, even with this equipment, it was like,
yeah,
I put it in my notes and I was like, future dream equipment.
yeah,
And it was like, God, probably a week later,
yeah.
I sat down. It was like 1 a.m. I was in my bedroom. I couldn't sleep. And I was sitting there thinking, and I was like, I have to just pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Like I know it's going to put me in a little bit of debt.
Yeah.
And for the most part, it's been fine. I'm not, in no way am I laying on any crutches or anything. Sure, I'm in like a little bit of debt, but at the end of the day, I know I'm going to pay off all the time, and it's just going to help my credit score.
Yeah.
Like, that's the way I'm looking at it right now. So it was like, pulled the trigger, and then it was like, this shit can't get here any faster. Like, hurry up and get here. And then got here, and it was like, I guarantee you, if I would not have pulled that trigger that night, we would not be doing this podcast right now.
That's what I'm saying. And so like finally I was like, you know what? Like, well, I didn't do it until after I had a conversation with one of my other buddies. And out of everybody to talk about it, I never would have expected it to be this person. It was Sam. Yeah.
Did he talk you into doing it? Or?
So it was more like we were sitting there, we were talking about some stuff, and we always joke back and forth. And he's like, you know, Kolton, sometimes like you need to be more like me and I need to be more like you. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, I see you all the time trying to be a people pleaser, like thinking, oh, I don't want to do this because like I don't want like other people to think bad about it. Like I don't want to upset anybody, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, sometimes you literally just have to say fuck it and stop waiting around for people. So he's like, if you're truly passionate about it and it's what you want to do it. And so after like he had that, like I kind of blew it off for a little bit because I was like that's just me. Like I'm not going to change that, you know? And I started thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? Like, he's right. Like, I'm tired of thinking, like, oh, what is this person going to think about it? What is this person going to think about it? And I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm doing it. Like, this is what I want to do. I'm doing it.
Everybody I've talked to has been super supportive about it, too.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Like, people will literally just call me and be like, hey, I'm gonna go buy you this so you can make me drinks tonight. Or, hey, like, if you need help on the trailer, like, give me a call, and, like, I'll come help you, like, blah, blah, blah. And so it's really nice. It's really, like, that's why I'm hoping it does well, because I know that like I'll pay back to those people. Like not in cash, of course, but like what I mean by payback is like I'll be able to take them to go do things, like pay for dinners, like, you know, just help them out when they need it.
That's always been my number one thing. I don't think I'm not going to say like giving back necessarily. Obviously giving back is huge, but like one day I don't want to be, like, my goal is not just to be rich.
Yeah.
It's to be rich or wealthy enough where I can do things for my friends.
Yeah, same.
And not just me.
Yeah.
Which I think that's been, like, a primary goal with all this. Like, dude, I sit here and I think, like, one, obviously if I could just pull in $100 a week from this, it would be huge. Like, that's an extra $5,200 a year.
Yeah.
Like, now imagine if I was pulling in $1,000 a week. That's $52,000. This could be my full-time job.
Yeah.
I could focus all my energy on this. Now imagine if I was pulling in $10,000 a month or a week. Like, it's all about, I hate to say it like this, it's all about perspective on your goals and stuff.
Yeah.
Your goal with the bar is you talked about maybe starting kind of a chain with it.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah. You just want to oversee it.
Yeah.
You want to expand your like, the way I look at this is Live a Little Media. It's not just the Live a Little YouTube channel. It's not the Live a Little blah, blah, blah. It is Live a Little Media, because I want it to be some sort of like Barstool Sports kind of thing.
Yeah.
I want it to be interactive.
Yeah.
Have multiple employees. I want to sign all of my, I want you on a contract. I want Jameson on a contract. I want my two buddies on my other podcast on a contract.
Yeah.
And even if y'all aren't doing it full time, I want to compensate you for that, because like that is my goal. If I can do this full time and hire all you as part time, or even better, full time, like could you imagine just doing this full time? It'd be fucking awesome.
It'd be crazy.
But yeah, like the first people that come to mind are my friends.
Yeah.
Like
It's because you want them behind you, man. Like, I get that. Like, you guys have been there for me since fucking middle school. And, like, anytime I've needed something, anytime, like, I need somebody to talk to, like, something to go do, like, at least someone has been there. And so, like, I just want to be able to be like, fuck it, you want to go play golf? Like, we're not going to go play golf at a West Day. I'm going to fucking fly us out to fucking some fancy-ass golf course somewhere.
Let's go to Pebble Beach.
That's what I'm saying.
Augusta.
And we're going to go fucking play.
Or, you know, we're talking about this trip to Mexico possibly next year. Like, just to do something. Like, right now it's out of pocket. And I'm like, but imagine we make it a yearly thing, and in 3 years, it's a company expense.
Yeah.
And we're doing it every year, and we're making core memories all together. And, you know, life will be completely different. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's kind of hard to think about. Like, one, it's hard to sit down and try to plan your future because nothing ever
goes the way you want it to.
No, never.
Yeah, no.
It's always the opposite. But, you know, that's just part of it. Like, you just got to get over it, grow a pair, on to the next day.
Yep.
And it sounds very random, but it's like, I've wanted to do this forever. And I think having, like, my best friends on board make it so much easier. Like,
it does.
Hitting up Jameson to do the sports one is like, Jameson's one of my best friends. I'm sure he'll be down. And, you know, he can talk about sports with me all day.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, I really need a co-host for this one so I can start putting it out every day so we can continue to strive for something. And you are the first person that popped in my head.
I appreciate it.
So I was like, I'm sure there's people, like, whether they're on the internet, whatever, like, I'm sure there's other people in my life that could sit down and talk to me for an hour or 2 hours or however long, or get guests, whatever.
You're talking about, like, taking the Mexico trip and how, like, it's called, like, Live a Little and everything. I had an idea a while back, and I just hadn't said it yet until it just popped back up in my head. But I think it would be cool if we got to a point eventually to where, like you said, we were making money off this, to where, like, not even yearly, like, monthly. Like, it's called Live a Little. We just go do some fucking crazy shit that people wouldn't expect us to go do. Like, fucking go skydiving, bungee jumping, something, and fucking...
This man's can't even ride a roller coaster, and he's making sky jumping and
listen,
skydiving and bungee jumping.
I will ride roller coasters. It's just...
That's where we'll start. We'll put a GoPro on
the
Colton's head.
mini mine train.
Yeah, we'll start with the teacups. We'll work our way up to...
I can't even ride the teacups. Those just make me sick as fuck. But, like, the swings, you know, the giant fucking swings, favorite roller coaster ever.
I fucking hate that shit.
See, I love it.
I would rather die.
Like the...
I hate heights so much. Like the Superman?
Yeah. Hell no.
No.
Hell no.
The Titan?
Fuck
Awesome.
no.
Awesome.
Hell no.
Love it. I almost pass out every time.
Dude,
the first time I watch it.
That's why I won't ride it. It's because I passed out on the Titan. I passed out on the Batman.
Dude.
I passed out on Runaway Mountain, bro. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
That one?
The tiny ass one that's like barely bigger than the mini mine train. I mean, it's not barely bigger. It's like the smallest real roller coaster that they have. Yeah. I'm scared of roller coasters. Those shits are not built like well enough for me to be like, oh, I'm gonna go fucking throw myself in a cart,
bro. They
and get fucking banged into walls, going in circles.
But no, yeah. So, like, I think about I've thought about that before, like the Live a Little mantra, or whatever.
I think that would be so sick.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool. I don't know. I've always thought of Live a Little as not just, you know, going out and doing stuff like that, but it's more like a follow your dreams kind of thing, which we're already kind of doing.
Which is so sick, yeah.
We meet here every 2 weeks. You're working on a bar, you know.
Doing the band.
Yeah. Like, I'm writing too. Like, it's just it's a follow your dreams kind of statement more than it is like go out and do spontaneous shit. Yeah. I still think it's a great idea. Like, yeah. It's a good idea. Like, I'm not like shitting on your idea, but it's just like, that's where my mind has always gone with it, is
which is cool.
Live a little and follow your dreams rather than just fall in line with everybody else.
Yeah, you've never told me that, so that's actually a really cool thing. Yeah. I didn't know that.
I guess I've really never sat down and explained why I came up with it. It actually, I guess I could just explain this right now. So in high school, everybody writes on their or on their hats or on their gloves or something, just to remind yourself, like, you know, it's easy. I'm pitching or something. I could just pull my hat down and see that rather than have to hear somebody yell it or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was always looking for something creative because, everybody has a cross on their hat. Everybody has somebody's initials on their hat. So everybody has a Bible verse on their hat. I was like, what can I put on it? And I was like, it's got to be a slogan, like something creative. And it was almost like it hit me like, dude, you're not the most talented person out here, but you have fun every time you play. So just live a little, bro.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, LAL on my hat. And then I was sitting there and I was like trying to think of a podcast name because like the original MO of this YouTube channel was the podcast. Obviously, like we talked about last week, nothing similar to what we're doing now.
No, not at all.
But it was like, I want to start a podcast. I think it'd be dope. I started listening to podcasts. I'm like, yeah, this is fucking awesome. And then I was like, live a little. I get to go out and meet these random people.
Yeah.
And live a little. Like, if I weren't interviewing them for this, I probably never would have met them.
Yeah.
That was where my first mindset went. So it's kind of carried on to, yeah, I want to do this for a living. But hopefully we'll get there eventually. Like I said, Price Picks, hit me up. You have a lot of my money anyways.
Time to give some back.
Time to give some back, baby.
Well, is there anything else you want to cover? Or we're already at an hour and 7 minutes. So,
but the guest ones will be stupid long.
yeah, I know. They're going to be like probably 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Because no offense, those guys do not shut up.
Bro, the one with Raph and Isaac might go 4 hours.
They will.
One time, 4 hours.
One time they came over to my house, literally to finish something on the band. It was a practice before a show. We ran through the practice in like 45 minutes, and I swear they talked about a dream that Raph had for 3.5 hours, and I was trying to sleep the whole time. And I finally was like, guys, I love you guys to death, but shut the fuck up and please leave. I was like, I have to work at like 6 in. So,
but yeah.
It's going to be so much fun.
I feel like we took a 5-minute break, sat down, reorganized, refocused up, and hammered out a great episode.
Thanks.
Another one. So, I guess we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Well, I'll see you in 2 weeks, and I'll also see your little baby in 2 weeks, and then hopefully...
you'll see him in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, I forget, yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
we'll have somebody... I don't know how it's going to look necessarily with the setup with more than just me and you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know what it'll look like with 4 people, but 3 numbers is an awkward number. I don't know where we'll be, but we'll figure that out next time. So, I'm not...
All right, well, sick. Well, you want to do your little like and subscribe?
Like and subscribe the video. If you made it this far,
thank you.
Let's start giving... Yeah, thank you for starters. Let's start giving a code word for somebody who actually listens or watches. If you're listening, hop over to Instagram. Leave a comment on the announcement of the podcast.
Yeah.
If you're just listening on Spotify or Apple Music, or if you're just listening on YouTube, hop over to Instagram and do it. What should our word be on Instagram?
I think the most important subject that we talked about was your baby coming. So I think it should be something related to that. So you could do like a little man. I don't know. Are they going to get like a discount on like merch or something? Or
Well, the merch isn't out right now.
not yet, but we could make some. I got the machine.
Trust me, we got the ways. I'm thinking cash it.
Cash it?
Cash it.
Okay.
That's the Instagram. And if you made it this far on YouTube, drop a comment. Just say cash it. Nothing else. Don't explain to anybody what the hell's going on. Just say cash it if you made it all the way this far.
Well, thank you guys for listening, and it was fun to be back on here, Presley, and I'll see you in a week. 2 weeks.
Well, you'll see me in a week, but...
I'll see you back on here in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we'll be back on here in 2 weeks.
Awesome. That's a wrap.
Killed it again, baby.
Thanks, you really did.